Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your boy, VEVOR World, or Keith, you know, whatever. It's going to be a short one this week, everyone. I want to do a re-review of the VEVOR metal melting system, or furnace, and kind of talk about my trials and tribulations with it and that kind of stuff. And I'll talk a little bit about the Crucible as well, but that's not going to be the most important part. It's going to be about this big boy. So I'll start with the Crucible first, just to get it out of the way. As you can see, I've used this thing probably about 10-12 times altogether. And it looks to be in pretty good shape. It has a little bit of cracking towards the top and on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. I'll take some stills and show them as well. But other than that, it's been a good it's been a really good Crucible. You know, I did the boric acid kind of tempering thing and then drying it out and firing it, and so far it's worked out pretty well. I'm very happy with it, actually. So that's not where my complaints lie. However, this, like I said, this is going to be primarily a re-review, as it were, on the original one I did when I first started messing with this thing. So let me take let me begin with the conclusion. Overall, if you're a beginner and you're just wanting to get into this endeavor, then it's a perfect system for you. It's nearly foolproof. I mean, I did it, and I didn't blow myself up or burn myself or otherwise, you know, injure, you know, anybody else around me or destroy any personal property of myself or others. So hey, it's, you know, I did it, anybody can do it, you know. So I'm very happy with it as a beginner's unit. But it's gone through some changes that I'm not too thrilled about. You'll notice the rust on here. Okay, I have not left it out in the rain. Okay, so what's happening is that my guess is that it doesn't have the proper amount of heat protection. The can doesn't. So looking inside, that's what it looks like on the inside. So it's about maybe 1 inch to 1.25 inches, I'd say. That's not enough. And with saying that, the amount of cement they give you with this kit is also not enough with it, even as a beginner. So just plan on buying additional, you know, high temperature mortar, because it's not going to be enough. It's not going to get you anywhere near the level of, you know, the heat protection that you should have. And I don't have them here, but you'll also notice that I think in a prior video I pointed it out that the burners too, you could see like how the pipes were getting heated, and I'm uncomfortable with that overall. So I'm not sure if it's the unit's fault or the constructor's fault. But again, and remember the debacle I had with this thing. Go ahead, Mr. Spider. Get to stepping, son. I don't want to hurt you. You saw the problems I had with this thing, so it was not nearly protected enough. So I as you can see, and it weighs probably 10 times as much as it did, it's a lot thicker, and it's been pretty good. And you can also see that where this has also expanded because of the heat, and contracted because of the cold, which has caused it to crack even more on top. So that's the failed layer there, the fail layer. This is the win layer here, nice and round, perfect, thick. My only problem with that was, though, I didn't think far enough ahead, surprising as that may be. I did not think far enough ahead to see the breakdown of this initial unit. And so I guess I over-engineered it at that point. So that's why it weighs a ton, but it's solid as a stone because it's mostly, you know, high temperature mortar. But you can see a crack here. Maybe I didn't give it proper time to cure or something. Again, you know, a lot of these things could be user error. So I mean, you know, if you have different experiences, you know, share them if you'd like, or you know, let us know what your experience with this particular unit has been. So, but this, and again, just the very last video I think it was I burned this off. Again, that doesn't have it. You can see there's a really dark spot here, right? Okay, so that's not letting heat out, so it's just sitting there and turning, and there was some heat escape, some fire escape from that, and that, you know, set the that wooden handle on fire. With that said, I think, like I said, it's a great unit. It really is, and for a beginner. I think that I've outgrown it already. I mean, look at the inside. It's toasty in there. You know, I mean, it's crusty. It's cracking. I can see the glass blanket, you know, underneath everything too. So it's just, it needs to be probably about twice as thick, maybe even more. I'll probably make it, you know, 3 times as thick with that. My plan is to build another one, and I'm going to use a beer keg to do it. I just need to scare up a beer keg first, but it shouldn't be hard. I'm a scrounge at heart, as some of you might know. But yeah, so the can itself wasn't, you know, it's not really a different, yeah, you can see the top move. It's separated from the bottom, and so that's got that, see, yeah, you can see how hot it is getting down here too with that, the different colors of the metal, you know, obviously. So yeah, again, it does not have what I would consider the proper amount of insulation on it around, you know, around its, you know, around the inside diameter. But yeah, I'll rectify with that. I'll over-engineer the next one too, and it'll probably be, you know, I'm gonna try to actually melt some iron in it. So I need it to be thick and heavy and safe. And I want it to burn hotter than I am comfortable setting the gas on at this thing with this particular unit. But at any rate, the can itself, again, like pointing out like how you can see how this has been superheated, because it's no longer even blue. It's kind of this, you know, light grayish silver, which means that it's burned off the protective coating. And they claim that this was stainless steel, and I'm not sure you can just burn that. I hated organic chemistry, so I dropped it like a hippie drops deodorant, you know what I mean? So, because I didn't want to screw up my GPA because I was going into law school, but that's another story for another time. Again, that concerns me. You know, again, the welds aren't complete. You know, they're spot welded around, which is fine. I mean, they don't move, but again, that allows heat to escape, and that I don't want an excessive amount of heat near where that burner is going in, because that propane is like 3 inches from there, and that goes boom if I something up, you know, and I don't want to do that, especially in my own home. You know, if I was at somebody else's place, I wouldn't care as much. Just kidding. But again, overall, a good unit. This one, I'm going to keep using it until I can build the other one, of course. Again, I can't turn up the heat as much as I would like to, so that's why it kind of takes me so long to melt copper, especially, and now the aluminum brass or bronze. I'll have to look that up. Aluminum brass or aluminum bronze? Here's the answer here. See? But again, overall, a great unit for a beginner. But for somebody, maybe, and I don't consider myself intermediate but in any stretch of the imagination, but I do know my way around my home foundry. So I would, you know, and I haven't had any major I had a couple minor little spills, and then that whole debacle with that muffin pan, that just kind of melted away. I didn't know it was actually aluminum, so I'll be melting that down here soon. But that's, again, I'll show you this, you know, the really quick and dirty of that stuff, because I mean, you guys seen that stuff 100 times. You know, I want to get more into the casting aspect of things rather than the melting metal aspect of things. I've graduated, as it were, so that, I guess that does make me intermediate. So again, I have to temper the 2 crucibles. I got another one this exact same size from the exact same company. And then I got that little teeny one I showed you on the last one because I want to be able to put a little bit of material in there and pour it in those molds and not waste a bunch, number one. Yeah, pretty much not waste a bunch, or not screw up the mold either, which is kind of what I did on both. But whatever, I'm learning, so it's gonna get better. Trust me. Oh, my bamboo 3D printer, by the way, is subject to a recall. It's an A1A, I think. Subject to a recall, so I'll be getting that stuff done pretty soon, and I'm gonna actually start casting from patterns that I 3D print. Okay, I've closed everything up. This is really the final thing. I know I've kind of concluded about 15,000 times throughout this stupid video, but for a beginner, get it. Don't hesitate. It's fun. For me, I find it enriching, especially the creation part of things. Even creating that new block of metal was satisfying to me. But other than that, look forward to more casting stuff coming up. I even got some outside stuff coming up too, because I've been dicking around all spring with other things, and I need to get my garden started, in other words. So I just got to get out there and do it. So you can follow me along on that journey if you'd like, or not. If you decide to, or if you decide not to, I appreciate you watching this video. In any event, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you later.